Alright, so you saw me give this engine a couple of pulls, and it is getting spark, and it will run off of carb cleaner. Starter fluid, same thing. So the problem is it's not getting fuel, and I'm pretty sure on the gas tank I'm squeezing enough pressure behind it and it's getting fuel up here. I'll be able to tell for sure whenever I pull that float ball off, but I'm going to rebuild this carburetor. It's actually pretty simple engine here. You got your choke on, off, and the linkage is right here. I'm going to start by taking that off. There's 2 bolts in the front, look like 8mm. But actually this is probably American, so what would that be? 1/4 inch, 3/16, something like that. Then your stop is here. Hood release is here. When you start it, make sure you have it in the starting zone. But this linkage is off a little bit. It might actually be frozen. That's all the play I'm getting. So you got idle, and then it stops at start. It doesn't go to fast. So I don't know if this is off rotational, but I don't think so because it goes all the way back to idle. I believe that's the indicator right here. So we might have to address that, or that might be full throttle. We'll figure it out. And then the shifting is over here, and you want to put it in shift zone, which is a good engine speed to shift, so you're not mashing gears. And reverse is up, neutral's in the middle, forward is down. And here's the pull start, and the fuel is over here. And that's compression, or just like an air hose fitting kind of thing, but a fuel line to hold the pressure. So throttle linkage goes up there. I want to avoid taking that off because it has all those little pressure washers on it, like so. So I'm going to try to squeeze my hands in there to get that carb off, but we'll see what happens. I did notice also that there's this stop. If you look back here, I have the throttle right now at idle, and to me that looks bent, preventing it from going back further. And if you look here, it should travel further back, so I think that might be where my indicator's off and then this slipped, but we'll find out. But so that's full throttle. If you watch that stop, it barely moves. So to me it should go back further. So I'm thinking when we're starting it, we're actually should be in the idle position here to start it, because that's technically the start. But we'll see how it idles and we'll adjust it. But alright, enough rambling. I'm going to take off these bolts and we'll get the carburetor out of there. Alright, here's an update on the progress. The front 2 bolts that hold the choke support on, they are 5/16. I think I said 3/16. I meant to say 5. And the back 2 here that bolt to the actual engine are 3/8. And a little trick would be to take the fuel line, which is right there, rubber fuel line, take that off before you loosen the bolts. It's a lot easier to pop it off. And then pull this thing forward, and when you're taking your linkage off for your choke, pull the one off the choke shaft first, and then pull this one off in the back. And just remember that when you go to put it on, it's just the reverse of that. So a couple little tricks. We'll have this out in a minute here. So I couldn't get the carburetor out without removing this throttle linkage. So it was actually a snap ring, an E-clip technically, on top here. So all you do is get your snap ring pliers, stick it in the sides, and expand it and push real gently. The t-shirt really helps, so you don't drop anything in there. Alright, and once you orient your throttle linkage such as this, the carburetor will come right out here, and this is it. And it already spilled black gas on me, so this thing is probably pretty bad. It looks like it was painted white. I'm not sure if that's stock or not. On the bottom it says Lawson Power Products, made in USA, patent pending. Pop the float ball off of this and we'll have a look. Alright, I thought I would throw you guys on the stand so you can watch this. I want to see how bad this thing is. 1/2 inch, correct guess. Oh, it's on there tight. Okay. Get a wrench. Whoa. Yeah, it actually worked. Okay, see what we got here. That is nasty. Smells terrible. Wow. You guys can see that it is straight black. But it's not all solid like a lot of these things I've seen. There's just gunk. Well, what I'm going to do is do my typical carb cleaning on this. Actually, you know what? Let me just do it while you guys are watching. Get my gum out. Okay. I think this is the best stuff you can buy. It's like $2 at Walmart. $3 a can, big can. It seems to last longer than these cheapo ones that are like the same price. And it's gum out, so I'm assuming it's better. I don't know. Actually, something I've learned recently is you always want to wear your gloves. If you guys can get your hands on these are actually surgical gloves. I got them from a friend who has a bunch of expired ones. Alright, and I always wear safety glasses with carb cleaner because it really sucks getting in your eye, trust me. I usually just hit this a couple times. We can see some water in there too, see the little dots? I guess that could be the carb cleaner, but... And I'll do that. And then I usually use those like lint-free kind of rags you get at the gas station because they're free. Oh, now I got the paint coming off, look at me. Don't get carb cleaner on your paint. Now I'm going to get paint in my engine. Anyways. Spray it real good, wipe it down, spray it again. It's worth it. You'll see all the shit that's in there. blow through this main jet hole, which is right in the center. Make sure it's coming through the top, which it is. I was told you don't want to get too much carb cleaner on your gaskets. I didn't listen to that, apparently. And I just pulled the needle off. Don't lose that. And this looks pretty clogged in here, so see if we can't free this up. Spray it in the fuel hole. Oh, I popped that little diaphragm out. Not sure what that's called, little orange diaphragm. I'll put that back in once it's done.